Hey everybody, ShinNefzen here, your humble host as always, welcoming you to my Week 1 entry for the Let's Play Fall Funtacular, as brought to us all by the lovely and talented Polly from the Socks Make Peple Sexy.net forums. The challenge, Contra for the Famicom. Start on stage 5, we get 3 lives, 3 continues, beat the game. That's the gist of the challenge. If I can manage to beat the game, I will continue into the next round and get as far as I can. We'll see how that goes. If my test runs are any indication, not well. Contra, great. I'm really glad we started with it, I was anticipating week 1, wondering what we were going to get. Pretty happy that it's Contra. I'm no expert by any means, but this is a game as well as I think a lot of us, played a lot as a kid. Lots of good memories of Contra as a kid. Yeah. So glad we're doing this week 1. I think it's a fair challenge, which I like because it's hard enough to scare away the people that weren't serious enough for the competition, but cool enough that I'm sure a lot of us are excited to see this for week 1. Now the flamethrower we don't want to get, but the spread gun is amazing. I'm especially avoiding the flamethrower because as far as I'm concerned, the mini boss I'm about to fight is impossible with it. I mean, I made a save state and tried to do it on my test runs, and I mashed the button as fast as humanly possible, and I couldn't beat it. Now, maybe with a turbo or something you could, but I'm using manual controls because, for my personal taste, using the turbo is a little outside of the bounds of the competition. I mean, I'm not going to yell at anyone that does use turbo or auto fire or anything like that. But for me, I think that keeps it more into the spirit of the contest, I think. Because way back in my day when I was playing this in 1988, my God, I was so young. Way back when I was playing this, we didn't have turbo. I had a cool little controller with an A and a B button, and that's about it. So, just to keep it real, for me, I won't be using the auto fire, which I expect will just mean my thumb will be bleeding profusely by the time I've completed this video. This is an excellent example of a stage that you really need to pay attention for. Stuff coming from everywhere, all directions. Soldiers, shots, these canister thingies. Stuff coming from every direction. Thankfully, the boss here is a pushover with a spread gun. We're just going to stand right here and start shooting right when it appears. You're going to be able to destroy the shots it shoots downwards because the spread beam can destroy them. And if we kill that thing before it lands anything on the ground, just the way I like it. Here we have an effect we don't see in the NES version. Bill, of course, ordering some Chinese takeout. Thank you, Bill. I am looking forward to that because I am in the mood for Chinese. Area 6, Energy Zone. Short stage, but another one that, if you're not keeping up on the ball, you're pretty much dead, man. It's not obscenely difficult, but it's a stage that requires you to, definitely pay attention, have some good timing, and pray to God you don't lose your spread beam. If you do, not that big a deal. I completed this stage earlier today using just the rifle without dying, so it's certainly possible. Oh, one thing I'm sure is going to get me killed at least once. In this game, you can't go from a run position to a laying down position here. If you try to, you'll just end up aiming downwards and running still. So that's going to get me killed. I can pretty much guarantee that. It always does. Something I can't get used to here. Now that B thing is invincibility, and as Decoy and Fresno both pointed out, and I will confirm, it does last longer in this version of the game. Invincibility times were something that were absolutely vital in games like this and Mario, and especially Mega Man, the invincibility frames. I mean, you had to know what you were dealing with if you wanted to succeed. So I know, and I remember the timing, and I know it's off here, so. Okay, boss time. This guy, you want to kind of stay close to him. Oh, he usually doesn't open with that. You can just jump over him, although it doesn't look like you can. If you intentionally... Oh, you little jerk. I was going to say, if you intentionally try to stay away, he'll throw those mine things at you a little more often. At least that's what it feels like in my experience. At least I got a life to make up for it, but losing my spread gun, I'd rather be a life down and have the spread gun. But in my experience, staying away from that boss will make him attack you more, whereas staying a little close to them will keep them running back and forth, in my experience. So yeah, I haven't said hi to the judges. I don't know who you are, but hi. I assume you're all amazing, attractive, talented people. Pleasure to be here. This part's terrible. What am I doing? I'm already just zoning out and doing stupid things. That's great. This stage, more than any other, requires your utmost concentration and attention. Because if you don't give it, you're a dead man. That's all there is to it. This stage will rip you apart. These spikes here are your biggest problem throughout most of this stage. And these guys moving back and forth as always. Alright, you can stop now. I can't do this timing right if you keep coming. Jeez. Now you gotta go real slow on the stage, otherwise these spiked wall things will come up out of nowhere and just crush you. So take it nice and slow. Come on, you can't stop me. Just because I don't have a spread gun doesn't mean you should attack me. Jeez. Alright, this part we want to take the... I don't know how, but I never, ever remember that spike wall is there. We want to stay on the upper path for one very important reason here. Aside from the fact it has fewer spikes, but it lets us jump straight down to this cart and up onto this ledge, so we can pick up another invincibility and continue on our way. And invincibility lets us run straight through the spike, so use that to your utmost. That is vital. Boom, 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 boom. Now this part, you need to jump. Oh, come on, are you serious? I never miss that jump. Oh, well, I guess I get the added bonus of getting up here, so I guess I'll take that. Real quick, that bottom path, it's pretty normal except that spike on the end. It'll go up and down in quick succession 9 times exactly before it rests and stops again. Use that to your advantage, count off 9, and then run under it. That's how I do this basically 99% of the time, except when I die there, as I did. This part's gonna be hard with the rifle. Like, this part's easy, but now we got this wall, so now I gotta dance back and forth between these things instead of just outright destroying. There's the whole can't duck and run thing coming back to bite me. Yeah, I was crouching, but I ever so slightly tapped forward, like that. So he started running forward like a crazy man. Oh, and we'll see how this boss goes. With a spread gun, this boss dies in 2 seconds here. But now I don't have the spread gun, so now I actually have to do some work. But it wasn't that bad, and I still got a life out of it. Whoo! As Ric Flair would say, whoo! And there is Bill, very angry that his Chinese has not shown up yet. 30 minutes or less, my ass. Alright, Alien's Lair, final stage of the game. Oh god, please be a spread. This is a stage that is absolute cheese with the spread gun. I mean, the stage is honestly a joke with the spread gun. Without it, oh my god, it's not very fun. Not at all obvious this game came out right after Aliens did. Speaking of Aliens, I just saw they're remaking The Thing again. And I tell you, the 1985 version of The Thing is probably my favorite movie of all time. So to see that they're remaking what was actually a remake, but to see that they're remaking it again, I'm excited and incredibly nervous. And that's my rant for today. These energy things, my Jesus. Be careful. They will kill you if you let them get out of control. I have this horrible thing where I need to kill everything. It's just genocidal need ever since I started playing Resident Evil as a kid. If it lives, it must die. Oh god, please don't take my spread gun. Alright. Excuse me. I'm probably going to start coughing a bit here. My throat's getting mighty parched. Just came back from the movies. I actually had some nice popcorn, but, you know, that dries you out. Made a couple videos today, which hasn't helped my voice any. Went and saw Shark Night today just because I love bad movies. And I'll tell you what, that was a pretty bad movie, but I enjoyed my time with it. So, you know, one of those things, I can admit the movie was terrible, and simultaneously that I enjoyed my time with it. I just screwed myself. Pretty bad, to tell you the truth. Because I am a stone's throw from the final boss, and taking it on, well, like this is pretty suicidal. I'm going to be very sad if I just end up horribly failing at the last possible second. Okay, this is the final dude before the boss. Come on, 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 die! Die, 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 die. Oh my god. Yes! Did not expect that to go so well. I think I'm the only person so far that didn't have the spread gun throughout the entire video. Who needs a spread gun? I am a spread gun. That makes no sense. So here we have our ending. And I still have... I wish I had a real timer. 230 seconds to go. Alright. It's almost 4 minutes. Jeez, what am I going to do with that? Play more Contra. But yeah, I really like the Famicom version here. You got a lot of effects that you just didn't see in the NES version. Going to see more in the jungle with the trees swaying, but that final alien stage, how it was all pulsating and stuff, that wasn't in the NES version. We just had a still stage. So it was definitely cool to play this version of it and just, you know, see how much better this version really was. Huh. Good old Contra. Back in the old days when your programmer's list could scroll off the screen in 2 seconds. Nowadays it's more like, that's half the credits is the programmers. Good times. Like I was saying, you know, I'm really glad, you know, this was week 1. A lot of the LPers that are going to be doing this seem to be about, a lot of them are my age. I know a few of them are younger, so I'm sure a lot of us played this as a kid. I actually really remember Contra quite well, actually. When I was a kid, during the summer, I was raised by my mom, because my dad passed away when I was only 2, so I was raised by my mom. And she would drop me off at my grandma's every morning so she could work, and then she'd pick me up in the afternoon. Well, eventually, you know, it kind of got boring just, you know, when the highlight of your day is watching The Price is Right, which is still a great game show, although I wish Bob Barker still hosted it. Talk about an off-tangent rant. But yeah, I eventually moved my Nintendo there, and even though I had a whole bunch of games there, the only one I really remember playing a lot is Contra. And that's the first time I beat it, was after I moved my Nintendo to her house and played it in the morning. Alright, stage 1. Let's go. Aw, okay, that didn't have an effect. I can stop. Alright, never mind. Some of the special effects will keep going after you pause the game. Like earlier in the snow stage, if you pause the game, the snow will keep moving. Again, you know, that's just an awesome effect. You know, that's... what do I care if I die? It's not like it matters. Oh yeah, like the trees. See, pause the game, they keep moving. Awesome effects. I appreciate effort in games, and Contra certainly had a lot of effort in it. This is a really iconic level. You know, I used to boot up Contra as a kid just to play through this first stage, and then I'd turn it off. Hey, the laser, Fresno, I will follow suit. See, if you spam the shoot button, the laser's terrible. But if you actually let it go, look at that. 2 shots and that thing's toast. What's that about? Come on, get to the first boss. I must destroy him. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. No, maybe I should just pay attention. Maybe it'd just be better if I just flat out paid attention to things. Oh, what is that? See, I got too eager. Got too eager. Water! Yeah, that's right. You can jump in the water. Now what? What do I got? 10 seconds? Alright. Yeah, I would have beaten that boss if I had realized I had 40 seconds left. For some odd reason, I misread my timer. Thought I had 10 seconds instead of, 40. But oh well. That's going to do it for the week 1 entry. Thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully I will see you in week 2. What am I talking about? I hope you all enjoyed it. I had a good time. I'll see you for the next week's challenge. This is ShinNefzen. Have a good day, everybody.